I like that.
How y'all doing? How
Hey,
y'all doing?
Hey,
Welcome. Tonight is Collective Enlightenment. But it's not just Collective Enlightenment night tonight. What is tonight, y'all?
cash flow party
Cash
yes, yes,
flow
yes.
party, y'all. What does that mean?
Everybody hustling, everybody hustling.
every day we hustle.
That's
All
right.
right.
Every day we hustling every day. Not
Shout
just
out to brother Rick
sometimes,
Ross.
every day. So
Every day.
tonight we're gonna start off a little different. We're gonna get to give people their flowers again while they're alive. So we're gonna start it off by shouting out first, tell who you are, and then we're gonna shout out the people who have contributed to this amazing platform that we have just been, I mean, just completely been doing what our thing with. So talk about it. So I'm Ruby T, the crypto queen of Harlem. I'm one of the components and one of the founders of the P2G networks, which also is a developer of the everything in the platform, especially Collective Enlightenment. I'm one of the originals, and I want to say thank you and welcome to everyone tonight. So I want to give my shout outs to the people who started this, who moved through this, and who have actually been a part of the growth. And I want to just say shout out to, and back in the day, the first person to support us having a platform and sharing it out is Larry Wiggins Bay. I know y'all didn't think I was gonna say that brother's name, but that brother was the first one to make sure folks knew what was going down. So we want to give love to Larry Wiggins Bay, Marcus Slate Bay, all of the team Limitless folks, D Minor L, Chocolate Gold Bay, our lovey babies back in the day, Asha Ray. Y'all remember Asha Ray? That's what's up. That
Shelby,
I'm talking
All
about
right.
peace from back in the day. Gotta definitely we gotta bring them up. We gotta bring them up. Anybody remember somebody by name Miss Jocelyn Burrell?
Yes, yes, yes.
Y'all remember Miss Jocelyn
JB in
Burrell?
the building.
That's what's up. That's what
Yeah.
you call fam from back in the day. We have Miss Keisha on the out here on the line doing her thing with California Radio. We come on, guys. I'm gonna pass it on. Go Banker, you got it. Rip it out. What's going
Oh,
on?
wow. Well, you got Miss Cece doing her thing.
That's what's up.
Miss Cece shared all the knowledge she could share with us to make sure that we had our information we needed for taxes. She was there doing her
Making sure
thing.
things were in order.
Yeah.
That's right.
Brother Bill Hop came through the ranks with us.
That's right.
He
That's
made
right.
sure that we knew what we were doing, brother. Man, the tattoo artist extraordinaire. Yo,
That's true. That's true.
much love, brother. Much, much love.
And he's
Oh
still doing his
man,
thing too.
let's see. You got Mr. Brian Bayan Harris.
Diane Harrison. That's what's up.
Bayan, what's up?
Giving
What's
love, giving
happening?
love.
Yes. Who else we got?
Come
We
on.
gotta we gotta talk about Miss Shelby. Always
the
always
gold
innovating, coming
digger.
out
You
and
always got
just
them
having
folks
a
that
heart.
support what you do, no matter
Yeah.
how they have to. That's right.
She was always in the mix.
That's right. Always in the cut with
It's funny,
everybody.
often imitated but never duplicate. Shelby is
No,
one of a
that's
kind.
right. That's what's up. That's what's
Shelby
up.
is one of a kind.
That's right.
Yeah,
Come on, who's our original? Let's get
you
to the
gave us you
originals.
said
Yeah.
Asha Ray.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
Nicole, Miss Nicole,
Mr. Cole, what's the manifestation? Oh, what's her name? Oh, good luck.
Joe.
Oh,
Taliba I
who's that? Taliba, I
Sister Taliba
said, yes.
Aset, who's out here teaching people how to manifest their true light and who they are and what they are. She's a metaphysician. That's who she is. A
Metaphysician of mess.
metaphysician. She contributed
She
to
just had a
our
tongue twister. I loved it.
I know, yes. Anybody else, Hutch, we're gonna pass it to you.
All
Yes.
right. So I'm gonna like to thank all my artists that come on to Rapper Crypto.
Yes, yes,
From
yes,
our
yes.
first, actually, our first artist was our Rapper Crypto coming last month. Shout out to Bad two times.
Yes, yes.
First
Back
artist
two
ever.
times.
We
Yes,
coming up on
yes.
our 1 year anniversary of Rapper Crypto. So shout out to Bad two times.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh my God. Look at that. It's
Macy
coming
Mel
up.
Easy. Uh,
Macy's.
who else? Chalk. Zoji.
So gee, that's right.
Randy. Um,
Randy Rollins.
Brother Tyrone Steele was in the house.
Tyrone, brother Tyrone.
What's up? That's what's
And
up.
he's still out there kicking up. He's still kicking dust, man.
And
Man,
everybody's still doing their music thing. They still
yeah.
on their music thing. That's
Yes,
right.
man.
We do
Hey,
so much, honestly speaking. We got folks that were from early school giving love, giving affection. We have done amazing numbers of shows. The gentlemen that they're talking about have been on the Rap and Crypto show and support, not just support, but they've been supporting the community and they shared their projects with us. I love it. I get to produce it. I sit in there and take notes, and I kid you not. I'm on the back
And,
end taking notes, laughing and loving all of the conversation. But we've had
bro,
some
we almost
Jared
forgot.
Arms,
I
Jared
need you to,
Arms, big
yo,
time.
brother Dawood L.
Oh,
We can't.
I have D minor L. Come on now.
Yeah,
That's day one. That's day
yeah.
one. Come
Brother
on.
5 and 5, Mr. Chow Bay
Yes,
himself.
yes, Christopher Child
yo,
Bay.
hold on. I like to take a special time out. Just say I want to give you guys y'all flowers, man, for real. Cause y'all, man,
Oh,
it won't be no Hutch and D, no HD, no
it's
Collect Enlightenment, no
that's
Rapper
right. That's
Crypto.
right.
I definitely appreciate y'all, man.
That's
been
what's
it's
up.
been it's fun. It is so much fun.
It is a
Yeah,
pleasure to present the people on this platform to folks
yes.
and what they have going on, and to sharing what folks are up to with others. Thank you, gratitude, Sister Chocolate Gold Bay, who is also day one. Day
Yeah.
one, I love it. This sister been host. She been hanging since the beginning. We've been rocking for a long time. We
Mm,
got a lot of folks that started this process with us that were on the collective enlightenment. And the beautiful part about it is the collective has seats open. Our goal is to have our 5 members back on camera. So if you would like to join, if you have a project or something that you're growing that you're trying to enter, educate people. I say edutain because you got a little bit of education with some entertainment at the same time. Come on now. And
all
so
the time.
our goal is to get out the information in a way that it will be best received. That's why we have programs like Rap and Crypto. We speak to the youth. Why we have shows and programs actually like Crypto Kids, where kids and families can learn how to play games and earn real money in crypto, real assets in crypto, and then learn to turn that into income.
And
Then we
that's a
got
sick game.
fun ways that are next levels. Our seniors, or I should say, I can't even call them seniors. They are silver surfers, y'all.
That's
Those are the
right.
silver surfers that have connected to the network of internet. They getting in the cut with us, y'all. So since we got something for everybody, we want to make sure that we give people their love. I have a young lady who just was on Financial Freedom Friday with Miss Chocolate Gold, and her name is Miss Kai Sullivan. Miss Kai Sullivan is one of our new boomers. She's a new boomer who literally has taken it on as a responsibility to make sure that others like her coming in the game didn't have to be confused about this new way of doing things because she knows what's up. She's seen what happened when things change and who gets left out and behind. So we make sure we give love to those who are willing to go, not just to step up themselves, but to step up and go back and pick a hand up and pull them up and say you could do it too. That's what I'm talking about.
Take
We
it
have
to the next
actually
level.
Miss Rosalind Range. I
Oh
was shocked.
yes, Miss
I was like,
Rod.
yo, Miss Rosalind Range up in the house.
Wow.
All right.
She
Day
is a
one. I'm
builder.
trying to tell you, moving
Miss
things.
Avis,
Miss
Avis, amazing,
Avis.
amazing
Miss Black.
Avis. Miss Miss Black, D Black. So I'm talking about. Don't
D
forget.
Black on the
Mi-
ones and two, most
That's what I'm
definitely.
talking about.
Thank you, thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. Don't you sleep on my B. Don't you
That's
sleep
right.
on Miss B.
Miss
Because she
Belinda
gonna let you do it.
Washington.
That's right. That's right. See, this is what I'm talking about.
She is a gem of
That's what's
gems.
up. Yes, yes. We have so many amazing people on this platform that are growing the platform. We're not just throwing out random names. These are people who've come through the program, learned what crypto was, and learned how to use it for themselves, and decided they're gonna take a step back. Miss Karen Briggs, who is a phenomenal go-getter. I'm like, I sometimes have to tell her, whoa, Nelly, slow down.
Go
Slow
rest. Get some
slow
rest.
down. Because baby girl will run the front, she'll run the show. But we want to make sure she knows we all gonna play this game together. Don't worry, we got your back. Look, that's how it is. We don't just talk, we actually work together, all of us. And everyone, and we're inviting people who are new to this stream to see that there's a place for you to join in a network that is consistently growing your net worth. Let's
That's
do
right.
it. All right. That being said, we got a night to turn up. This has been a great experience. Who's been enjoying the summer so far?
So far, so
I,
good.
and I've noticed we've all been traveling. So
I
Hutch,
got
you
my
don't have to
look. I
share.
got my fishing trip in this year. It's been a
Don't
great
start
year. I
me
don't
up.
know about nothing else.
Don't
I
start
got
me up.
I got to
Today we're
drop
gonna
my
have some
line.
interesting conversations. Some things have come up, and we're gonna put them on the table. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, the first part of our conversation, we want to speak to those who are the naysayers of crypto, the ones who hide and who say things like, oh, that's not going to work. I don't know how that is. I just got a response from someone today where I couldn't help it but say, look, sis, you're going to stay in a position of fear, of lack, until you start getting information and figuring how this works. I'm not telling you we don't sell nothing on my platform. We share. There's nothing to sell. Information is free if you are present for it.
Yeah.
But
That's
guess
right.
what it also does? Information creates freedom. It allows you something that you didn't have before, the knowledge to move in a different way you never knew. So let's talk about those naysayers and where that comes from. Let's get into it,
Hmm.
guys. Y'all had a meeting. Bless you, baby. Cover it up,
Just
Yeah.
brother. Cover it up.
watch it.
That's what's up. Don't start me up because I just had my corona conversation with my family this week. It was crazy.
Look,
It was crazy.
that's a whole nother conversation. I'll
I
just
know,
watch.
I know. We just on the crypto.
We gonna do crypto today, okay?
Look, straight up. Talk to me about those naysayers. I missed a little bit of that conversation coming in. So let me know what y'all was talking about earlier.
Okay,
What's
so
happening?
I was on Clubhouse this week. Let's see, I was on Clubhouse with a famous rapper named Trick Daddy. So we was on there. He was talking about how teachers was not getting paid enough and blah 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 blah. And I was telling him, yo, I was on, and it was a whole group, a whole room in there. So I'm not gonna say just me and him. It was a whole room in there, and
Right.
and like I was telling the room, I asked them, I said, why don't you just create an NFT and basically give the royalty rights to the teachers? If since you see that's the issue, just create an
Right.
NFT and give the royalties to the teacher every time they get resold.
Nice.
That way you could help with the teachers in Florida. He's like, for those who believe in cryptocurrency, it's gonna bust. It's a bust. I don't
Mm,
believe I don't believe in putting my money in cryptocurrency. I believe in putting my money in gold. So
and
I was
go.
like,
Got it.
that's fine enough. I don't like my brother MSB say. I don't gang bang with assets. So
I like that. You
Oh,
don't gang bang for assets, cause assets are liquid. You can liquidate assets. You can move assets and you can leverage assets. His preferences just happens to be gold.
right.
And the only reason he might be saying this is because he may not have a full knowledge of how cryptocurrency, and you and I and everyone on this platform realizes that NFT is the next level of cryptocurrency.
correct.
He's an
NFT
artist.
is artwork. It has value based in it, but you have to understand it, the the underground, the underworks of it, the underbelly. And he may not be there yet.
Well, I gotta share something with you. It sounds a lot like it almost sounds like he's not doing his homework in that area. It doesn't sound like someone who takes his time to really research all the finances. Like and I'm not saying nothing about the brother. He can do what he want to do.
Well,
But the fact is that when folks go, nah, that's gonna bust, but they don't really know how it works. That came from conversation with somebody else. They heard somebody they either respect or they heard something that somebody said, and they're repeating that because he wouldn't understand. Right now, look, I'm gonna let y'all in on something. Right now, I got a game called Crop Bites. It's a farm. It's an NFT game. So the minute I bought certain utilities on that farm, I started making money with the utility. With a fake utility, I got money coming into my wallet. I'm
First of all,
multiplying coins. It's an NFT, y'all. It's
utilities.
an
I don't care where you play; they're not fake.
I
They're
can now make money
assets.
with something that works just like Monopoly, only I'm using crypto. Come on, boo. You
Yeah,
want gold? You can buy Bit.
Remember,
I want you to go on JM Bullion and click the Bitcoin option. Come on now, talk to me.
Or you can go on
Talk
Jam
to me.
Bullion and click the Shiba Inu option.
Thank you, Shiba Inu. I'm like,
Go.
come on now. Nonsense. See, this is why
take
I
the
get in
Dogecoin.
trouble.
Go ahead. Look, I'm in the process of researching that Shiba Inu swap, the Shibu swap. And let me tell you, that puppy got some stuff going on with it.
Talk
Yeah.
to us.
Oh,
1.5 billion in the first week.
who you telling? They got the dig factors, the digs, the liquidity in it. You know, the bones that you
It
can
was made
acquire up.
to
Let
make
me
you
tell you,
money. Who
it's
got
all
bones?
money. And
Who
the
got bones?
sushi. I'm sorry,
Does anyone
Shibu
have bones?
swap is one of the largest liquidity pools happening over the last 3 months.
Y'all keep
They're
noticing
making
I
it work.
take notes every time y'all start talking.
You
Yeah,
know,
because
the
you
guys
got
are having a
Lee, you got
conversation this
Bones,
weekend.
you got Shiba Inu, and then on top of that, you get 32% for a staking Shiba Inu on Shiba
Yep.
Swap.
Yep. But I want y'all guys to catch it this weekend. The guys are talking about
Bless
the
you.
Shibu swap. We're going to be on there. We're going to be uh, disseminating the information around Shibu swap. I got myself, brother Fred Anderson, and brother Kareem Beg. We're going through it. We all took a section of it, and we're going to be going over it so we can actually see how it works and how to turn it into assets for everybody to use.
When is it gonna be? When is that gonna be? Is that
This Sunday at
Golden
five
Coin
o'clock.
King? Okay.
This Sunday
Are
at
we
5 o'clock.
invited? It is the last Sunday. This is actually the first Sunday of the year, but of the month.
The
But
first-
you need to invite some folks for your event.
I
We
will
always
invite the
invite them
ladies
y'all to our room.
as of tonight. I will invite the ladies to the room.
That would
See,
be great. I think that would be awesome.
because we're gonna we've been dissecting it, and there's a lot of information to be had.
You got to return the favor, brother Al. You know, they invite us to Black Girls Group
Yes.
all the time.
They only invite us for movies. Let's watch a movie together.
Wait. Hold on. We've invited y'all for events. We've invited y'all to programs that we've
Baby, baby,
actually
baby, I'm
did.
only messing
Don't
with you.
start acting like look, guys, I just want y'all to know this is, this is how we are. This is a family program, and we remind people there's a lot going on out here in the world with finances where most people are struggling. You're looking at three people who are not struggling and haven't struggled through an entire pandemic.
Even when things are rough, we have assets that we can actually move
That's
and
right.
liquidate to cover us until we get to the next portion.
Chocolate
Y'all
got
hear
chocolate.
that? BT?
Yep.
No. Yes, chocolate.
Yes,
Yes,
baby
chocolate.
girl. Thank you for documenting it. Thank you.
Shouts out to Michael, babe.
So I am going to make it an
Give me a
official
shout out.
invitation right
Thank
now.
you. Send an invite.
The
Look,
ladies of
straight
Black
up
Girls Do Crypto are invited to the Golden Coin Kings platform this weekend so they can hear about Shibu Swap.
about this new Shiba swap. Now, mind you, I remember the day when I introduced everybody to the Shiba Inu and we started our research run for it.
I love my
It was
Shibu
great.
Inu.
It was really, it has been a
Oh,
great experience. I like when we get to create group processes of learning that benefit us. The goal is to keep having that go on because from that, we learned about the multi-platform processes, their entire intent. See, it's different. It said it was the Doge killer because Doge doesn't have an ecosystem.
nope.
The Dogecoin doesn't have an ecosystem. They already created the intention for that ecosystem when they were introducing that coin. They said it's a meme coin, but it's a meme for the people coin, and it has to have a purpose so that we can keep growing.
Well, Mark Cuban is now using the Dogecoin strictly for as a concession stands in his stadium.
But
That's
also,
great.
At
those
But
the,
that's
are
the
still a
also,
Miami
fiat
Heat,
coin.
he's the Miami Heat.
but
He is
also,
part owner,
no, he's the part owner of the Mavericks.
the Mavericks. Excuse me.
But
He's
you
actually
know,
using it in their stadium.
also that Doge is also coming to the Flare network. Also,
They're on Flare. Doge is on Flare, as well as Coinbase. I'm not a fan of Coinbase, but I'm not telling you not to. But now that now that we're gonna have this conversation, let's talk
uh,
because it's about to get on and popping.
Uh-oh.
but see, but
I
no,
want to
see,
not Doge. Doge was a front runner here when they jumped on to Coinbase and they use something called Rosetta API to
Ah,
jump blockchains. Now Polymatic is doing it with Cardona, and they have just fully
mhm.
locked it down. They have three different phases of the Cardano token, and they're in stage three currently, which is called the Lonzo Purple. And this is where they're in the testnet phase of moving the coin from multiple platforms and multiple payment systems, and they just got an approval from the World Bank to put the testnet in place.
Okay.
And this is on Cointelegraph. You guys can look it up
All right.
yourself and read it up because I was glancing it over and I'm like, ooh, that's pretty fire. And they've been testnetting since 2019
Hmm.
because they had the Alonzo came in three phases. Came in the blue, the white, and the purple. The blue is free and clear to go. That updated all the systems for payments.
That's
The
right.
white is in the second phase where they're actually jumping, for lack of a term, jumping blockchains,
Hmm.
so they can actually use all forms of currency through this one section,
Now that's going to be amazing.
which is the Rosetta API. But what is really powerful, and Brother Hutch, I want to thank you for this. I want to thank you.
Oh.
That's right.
Polymatic is the aggregated source for doing all this movement. Polymatic, Polygonmatic, which is now called
Okay.
Matic Coin. If you guys ain't got it, you better get it. You better get it.
All right.
Because it is moving.
You got me in here checking wallets, nigga.
Look, I got me a little poly because this man said so. Not because I researched it, but because he said so.
You ain't supposed to do that.
No, and I'm
I am not a. Let's clear the record right here, right now. I'm not a financial advisor.
Thank you very much.
That's
We are
not
not financial
that's
advisors.
nothing that
You
I
do
wouldn't
not
be
just
under.
blindly take anybody. Look,
don't do that.
listen.
No. And I want you people to get it. Don't do what I did. And the only reason I did this, Hutch, the P2G network, the Bankers Club, we got a bit of a history. I can't tell you a coin that you guys have ran in the top 10
That's right.
that has not run the way you said it was going to run.
That's true. That's right.
Can't.
What reason for that is they start on the I like that in their show on the Rapid Crypto show. They start you on your way to your research. It's
That's
not like they say go buy this, go get that, go get that. They'll say you want to get some of this in your bag, but you better know why. Because if you don't know why or how to move, you screwed. Because
yep,
they can make a lot of money. They know when to take profit, which is why you need to join the club. Which is why you want to
absolutely.
be in the clubhouse and you want to be in the club. Because if you're not in the club, you can't be exposed to the kind of conversations where you can ask questions, you can grow, you can do what you got to do.
Let
So
me
once
tell you.
again, there's the Bankers Club and there's the P2G Club, which is on Telegram. So you want to find us. You want to find sources for learning crypto from the start, from the baby steps to the maverick.
Look, I don't even know what Polygon Matic is today. I didn't even look. Because when I got it, it was somewhere around 5 bones. I got it around 5 bones.
Ooh-wee.
Okay,
And look, it was a
stop putting
rest.
your wallet out there. That's just getting tacky.
I'm not putting it out there. I said that's when I
Mr.
got
Big
it.
Flexer over there.
Yeah, stop
Huh?
it. Stop it.
I said,
Stop
Mr.
it.
Big Flexer.
I
Oh, I
know,
don't
right?
pay that no mind. Look,
So we
I
got it at 5 bones.
That's right.
got.
We got it.
Look,
Thank you.
we are all, and this family we're always in a somewhat of a bit of a competition, but it's in love
That's right.
because
Look,
she finds stuff I ain't got no clue about. She's like, didn't I tell you about this?
yes, I
I
tell
know I
you
sent it to you.
everything. Only thing is I always take my time on certain things because when things are new, like meme coins, I'm not jumping in. I got another meme coin, like after I got the Shiba Inu, I checked it out. I checked out this other one called I forgot what
Kush.
the heck it is. I did
Kush.
my normal 100 coins, $100 worth of coins, and that daggone thing is like $8 right now. It's like worth $8. I got a lot of coins, but I'm like, I'm playing the game. You get where I'm coming from? I didn't take $100 out of house money. That's what happens when you go and you do your homework and you sit and you make money. You now have assets, or should say, you have profit to take to do a little extra with, to check other things, to try to create more profits. You take your profits and you create other profits. But sweetie, we were not trained to do that in our households when we were kids, y'all.
That
We was
was
trained to go to
first of
work,
all,
pay your
you
bills,
wanted.
pay your
Yep.
taxes, be good little people.
The word profit never came into my house. I'm sorry, that wasn't something that actually
If
existed.
you had a job, you didn't have a profit. That wasn't necessary.
No, you had a budget. You had a budget right off the top. And let me tell you guys, if the way my mom budgeted money, she could fold a quarter 15 times and make change. So if I knew this information, I'd have took one of them folds and got a few pennies of a coin. Trust me.
Hmm.
No, look,
The beautiful part is
I
talking about that. Hush,
shout out to my mom. Mom, I love you. You turn quarters into dollars all the time.
Right. Oh, we teach people how to turn pennies into hundreds of dollars.
Hutch, you laughing? Yeah,
We
let
ain't
me
joking.
tell
Some
you.
months ago,
I'm,
it really
I'm
happened.
laughing because I know it's true. And it's like the same way for my mom too. And like she took the little nickel and made it fold several times and it made a
Yep.
couple of dollars.
Look, I remember growing up, and this isn't part of the conversation, but
No,
I remember growing up, and we lived here in Harlem. There was a meat market called the La Maqueta on 116th Street.
shout out to
Le-
Mom Keta.
Yeah, we used to go there every
Same
week,
color.
and my mom would make us carry the bags to the market. She would go in there with $25. She had three boys that were old enough to carry bags. We
Hmm.
all left with 4 bags in our hand. We
Pretty
all
heavy,
left
huh?
with four full bags of food. Let me tell you, and I'm not telling you what the food, but one of the things my mom was a specialist in, and some people may call that poor people's food, but chicken backs became high end meals.
Yep.
The little piece of the back that y'all cut out, talking about, oh, that ain't no good. That for people who were growing up in our city, that was a gourmet meal.
That's
So if
right.
you even thought to live like that now,
I know
if
because
you put that same mentality into place and opt for taking some of what you put in your gut and put
Hmm.
that into your finances, what could you accomplish? What could you create?
The
Because if
great
my
thing
mom
that you could
turned 12 bags out of $25, what could you do with $250?
That's right.
that's just
That's
like
right.
that's like back in the day for me. Like when I was my childhood growing up, like this is like late night, like this is like early '90s. Like my grandfather and my grandmother. My grandfather had a garden on the side of the house, and they go fishing and pick the tomatoes,
Mm.
fried green tomatoes. That's just southern living because I'm
There
from
you
That's
just
Georgia.
get me
comfort, bro.
going.
That's comfort.
Yes. So we knew how to stretch our dollars
That's
when I have to
right.
go grocery shopping. So I'm so used to being on a penny budget. It's hard to explain that to your spouse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Because
mean,
you can make it work. It can be made to work if you're willing to work it.
so I think what ends up happening is that when people who have been so used to doing things one way hear that now I have to work with my money, I'm afraid. Now you're talking about my money. That crypto thing, it really scares me because, and when I hear that, it kind of sends a chill through me because it tells me that people have been conditioned and trained to be afraid to trust themselves with their finances. What we teach in P2G is financial literacy, from the mathematics to the practical, how to use it, how to maintain your household, how to build it for your future so that you have more, how to pull from profits that you created so that you can actually create other profits or pay for things that you need on a regular basis. But what
Absolutely.
happens is that people get so caught up in the conversation. They hear stuff and think that it's true. What we share with people is, when you hear something, investigate it. Don't just take it for word. Don't decide to make someone else's belief system yours because it sounds good
Exactly.
or it's popular. Because I ain't getting nobody shot because it's popular.
People just don't understand. Like, even though crypto's there, like I paid for my wife's car to get fixed last week for putting a new hose pump on it with cryptocurrency.
Yep.
Like, people
Well,
shouldn't be afraid of something that they don't understand. Well, yeah, not because they don't understand. You should go find that understanding. Get yourself some keys. Which like my quote. I always say, keep educating yourself because
That's right.
nobody else is gonna educate you once you leave those 12 years of school.
Thank you.
nope.
Come to think of it, we just traveled to North Carolina to see my sister, my daughter, and I, and we purchased our train tickets with our crypto. My sister couldn't believe that what she was seeing while we were online. I was purchasing the ticket. It paid for it. She was like, "That's what that does. You have that," and yeah, because I learned how to do something that we only thought people who had certification and certain education could do. Come to find out, I do this all day long. I download programs, I figure out how to use them, and I do it.
Yep.
We do it all the time. You got someone tells you download the app for Social Security Department, load your program, your information, and now you have a Social Security Department account through their app. So when you need to access your benefits, you're doing it on your phone on that app. Guess what? Same process. Your banks had it. Also, all financial institutions are switching over. Why? Because it's a technical day. It's not back in the day. We can't even go into a government office really. Nowadays, if you in New York, everything you do can be done by online applications.
Online or by appointment.
Including the courts. Do you know a friend of mine came in, had me put her paperwork together for court, and she was able to. But then we put it in. They gave us instructions on where to put the program in, put the forms in at, and then they called her to set up the appointment that she did on a Zoom. You can't even go to court no more.
It is a no contact society. It's real.
This is the reality of things. When are people going to start?
This is the conditioning of the mind. I want y'all to pay attention. Pay attention. This is not something. This is not a passing thought. This is a structured plan that has been laid out to condition you not to leave.
Just a little hint for everybody who's out there trying to go back to school. Go back to school for coding.
That's right.
You want to make the money? Go to school for coding.
It's time to do that. My baby decided to be very smart. She's going to be doing that. She was like, "Mom, I've been taking classes online." She said, "I don't know why the colleges aren't lowering their prices because everybody can learn anything now." She's like, "You can learn anything online and you'll get paid with a certificate a lot faster than a degree and get hired."
Yep.
And get hired as long as you have the skill. So why go get a college degree when I can just get the work done? The guy will hire me first.
Because you actually have it.
4 years. Can you keep ahead of the curve? That's what these business owners care about. These major companies care that you can keep them ahead of the curve.
Can you do the work? That's all they want to know. Can you do the work?
I saw a sign. Okay, so this is so funny. Let me share with you. So the senior center in the neighborhood is open again. Senior program is open. Guy is a very smart guy. But I think he's a little antiquated, and I think he's lost his perspective on things. Because right now, ain't nobody trying to go to work. Ain't nobody trying to go to work. Nope. You're getting paid to stay home. So once again, for a what was it? He needed a what do you call it? Office assistant.
Yeah, he needed an office assistant to handle the billing.
The office assistant. Well, wait. No, the office assistant doesn't handle billing. That's not what the office assistant does. They pull records together, but they don't handle billing. He needs a regular office assistant, someone to manage. You know that you do not need a BA to do that. Why do I need a bachelor's? I was like, have you lost your damn mind? That's so okay. Now 500 applications come at you with a bachelor's, but you don't hire any of them because one, he ain't offering enough money to get out your house and leave your free stimmy. That's the first thing. Okay, out in Corona, and you around a bunch of seniors. Come on, y'all. Come on, all day. In the office. By the way, I know the guy and I know his business. There's a lot of multitasking going on in that place. So you're never just in the office if you have the office job.
Nope.
You have to help manage the place as well. So I'm like, I've seen people come and go before Corona, but I think some of these small business owners have lost perspective of the day they live in. Ain't nobody stopping in to interview. You're gonna have to lower your standards. You need more skill, less time in qualifications on paper. Because a lot of people, they got the skill, they can do the job, they can get it done. But the days of multitasking and pushing people into pushing this much work into one person are over. People don't realize as long as folks are getting money to stay home and they just extended unemployment benefits
Yep.
and they're giving back taxes that you pay on unemployment.
And you get a child tax credit.
I'm sorry, this folks just staying home having a baby. Like, come on. You live in you. We've got to start. See, we as business owners don't keep ahead of the times. We don't get into the reality of stuff. We start rolling back, and I can't say we because I'm not one of those. When you start rolling back into what you used to do before the world shifted,
The
what
norm.
do you end up with? What do you end up with?
Nothing. You end up with a big fat donut
You
because
end up
the world
and
isn't
you end up
going.
with
The world
losses.
is not going back. As much as they are, the world is stuck to doing certain things, items a certain way.
Right.
There's a constant progression to move ahead, and what worked in 1970 is not going to work in 2021. Those practices are gone and dead. All you might as well do is get the time capsule, dig a hole, put it in there, and you can remember it 50 years later. We used to do it that way.
I think honestly speaking, I wish we had done a 2020. We need to do a 2020 time capsule. We need to actually do that. So, guys, I want to share with you what a time capsule is if you've never heard of one. Back in the day, like literally in the 50s and the 40s, schools all over America decided that they were going to do a 50-year time capsule. And what would happen is that literally 50 years later, they would exhume this from the ground, which is meant that they took a big tin can, a tin container, and they would have school students put pictures in and draw their ideas or their mindset or thoughts of what they draw on paper, what they thought the future would look like, what would be happening in the future when they exhumed it. Now there are 20-year time capsules and there are 50-year, 40-year, and 50-year time capsules. So there are some time capsules that haven't been released as of yet because from 20, well, some have because from the 40s until the end of the decade, you had
Yeah.
about the 90s they started exhuming them, pulling them up. And then there are others that it took place a little longer. I'm just excited. I think personally we should try it. You should do it in your family to
Yep.
have everyone take a time capsule, put things in that have taken place here. So you can put things that happened in it, how the world was here and now. Put things toward your mindset of where you think things are going to go. Have everyone draw pictures or write stories about what they think the future is going to look like or what it's going to be in literally 20 years from now. And remember, set the date so that you can either exhume it or open it up. It can be in a lockbox somewhere. It doesn't have to be under the ground. We like doing cool things like that. But we need to have projects that actually remind us how the world has moved or what we were thinking the world could do. Because I can tell you a lot of them kids thought of spaceships, airplanes, going to space as a
Absolutely.
as a hobby, as a thing to do, as an event instead of just as an astronaut. Nowadays, folks are now riding rockets up into just before they leave the hemisphere.
Absolutely.
Come on now.
If was it Jeff Bezos has a rocket that goes 58
Not
miles
Jeff
above
Bezos. It's also what is the other gentleman's name?
Elon Musk?
No, I wish it were because at least we'd understand that argument. It's just so many, so much to that does go on, and I'm just excited about the fact that you know we do this. We have this world looks like this. We really haven't grasped how far we've come as a people. We haven't, and so much is more is available to us in this world.
And there's so much more coming.
Yeah.
And
Most of us
there's
don't even look at the fact that we've made it to the information age. We're here. So let's see what we're going to do with it now that the world has had a forced stop and restart. What can you do with a forced stop in your life and restart? When you have to pick up the pieces and start again, what kind of life and world would you create? Because now you got the option.
That's a question because before you can create the world, you got to create you.
That's right.
You got to create you, and who are you going to be in all of this? You know, you can't just arbitrarily say, I'm going to do this for the world. I'm going to be in a,
Yeah.
I'm creating the world. What are you creating as who you are going to be? Because that's the first thing. Put a dollar in the one day.
Miss Chocolate, you're a hot mess.
Oh my God,
So Miss
no!
Chocolate says you're gonna put a dollar. You put a dollar in it because it's done. One day, paper money is gonna be like the lot, like rotary phones. Remember those? Don't start with me, girl. My daughter still want one of
Yeah,
those.
that dollar
She
better
called
be.
it vintage.
Miss
That's
Chocolate,
messed
you gotta
up.
laminate that dollar because if you leave it in 50 years, it's going to disintegrate. It's going to because I don't think there's too many airtight containers you can purchase and bury.
No, that's what they did. They did do that. They put it in airtight containers. Sorry, guys. We just have the New York soundscape. I tell you, we're the only show with its own what do you call it? Its own music, its own
Yeah,
soundtrack. All right. So look,
between the fire trucks and the
we want to
motorcycles.
get, I know, right? And all of the sounds of the city. So let's talk about it. Right now, we have a something. We started a conversation this morning on Breakfast with the Thomases, and it was very important that we had this discussion because, and we were we've been exposed to stuff. Who here, I want to talk with the people who are listening and those who are even listening on. If you're listening to it as a replay, because I know I want to share and thank you for loving and liking us on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Definitely giving that love. And just let you know, don't forget like, subscribe, and hit the notification because you'll be able to get on. We got some really cool things going on. Al, you're muted. Now, the other thing is that I wanted to share with you. We have been through a year of trauma. Can anyone identify with that? A year of trauma. I want you to start with first people being ill, going to the hospital and never coming out in large numbers. Family members not being able to be with family members who then died in the hospital. Okay. Large burials because too many people passed at one time. Hospitals not being able to take in beds or have enough room. Big, large stadiums being used to help people identify health issues. The onset of getting diagnosed with what the problem was, being on long lines in fear, of fear of being around other people, having to go home and be alone. There's a lot of people who have passed on during this last year, because of depression, loss of hope, fear, complete fear, as though the world would never set itself, like we were all just going to pass on. But that is not the case, is it? 1 year
No.
later, and I have to say, had they held on, had they had hope, had someone checked on them to remind them that there's more, there's so much more, that tomorrow gives a new day no matter what's going on in the world. And answers can be found for whatever problem there is. You know, sometimes we forget that this process that we're in called life is not as alone as we think it is. It was meant to be collective. It was meant that me, you, and the next person would connect with each other and help each other answer the questions and problems that exist in our lives as an individual. It takes another ear, another voice in our head to enter our head for us to get a perspective that looks way different. And I want to give love to those who are at this time building not just fundraisers, but collective processes to link people together and help one another out of this problem that we're dealing with long term. So I have to give an amazing shout out to Miss Chocolate Gold Bay, who has taken it upon herself to have the financial freedom. I'm sorry, have fundraiser Freedom Friday. So many F's, y'all. And I love it because it's really fun and it's exciting. And what comes from it is accelerated thought. And she does this on stereo. So I hope you guys will join her because there are people out there who need help. But really, they don't need you to do it for them. They never needed you to do them for them. They needed you to show them how to do it for themselves so that when you weren't around, it would last.
And
We
that's the
call that
key.
we call that lack of hope arrested development. It's a symptom of arrested development. When we never get past self, past those small minded sets of life. Gratitude to you too, sister. Gratitude. Because when you think outside yourself long enough that it's never taking too long, because you know what I'm saying, a lot of us need that gratification where things are moving and they're happening and it's not going your way, so all of a sudden you step away. What happens when you step away just before everything started moving? You see what I'm
You,
saying?
you missed the boat.
Yeah, you do. And the goal is that everyone can fly as long as we remember together is how we rise high, not alone. A lot of people want to be an eagle. I got a big boy. Speaking of which, look who's with us today.
Ah,
We have
Master
purpose.
Master Jackson.
Yes. We have purpose in our lives. And for all those who may think that they're out there alone, that things aren't going to work, or if things take too long, I want you to know that stick in there. My mama's favorite statement was nothing beats a failure but a try. This is a woman who had an eighth grade education, but she could tell us her pearls of wisdom have gone into decades of our lives, and they came from decades before hers, and they never ever stopped being the principle of how things have grown and gone on through time to be successful. Every person I have ever heard speaking about success in my own life, success works that way. You just can't give up. Hello, family. We got so many people. I want to make sure we give love. Hey, Miss Kai, Miss Avis, Miss Chocolate. We got so many people hopping on and giving love to in our family on P2G. We want to just let y'all know we love and appreciate you because when you give unrelentingly, and without ceasing. There's no, there are no parameters around your giving. And I love it because these are people who made it to said to themselves, they said, I'm going to give because I want to give. Not I'm going to give until this point, which I get to do this, that, and the other. If it don't work, it just don't work. You know how many of us live our lives building a plan to leave? Ain't it crazy?
It's
We
called
don't
an
even hear ourselves tipping
exit.
out the door when we're joining the collective. But I listen because I know those people when I listen to them say those words. You hear some folks. I've seen it happen. Some said, well, we've been doing this for a little while, so I'm going to go off and do something else. I'm like, okay. Try to become a millionaire with that attitude. Try to become financially secure with that kind of attitude. So I
Look,
follow those people who give me that advice who have actually made it. You
look,
can't give up on the things you're doing until they're complete. Follow one course until success. Focus.
look. Everything requires an exit strategy.
That's
I trade regularly. I have an exit strategy for my trading,
yeah.
but you don't exit until you get to your goal. And if your goal says, "Look, I'm going to make," and an exit strategy doesn't have to be so vast and complicated. It's like, look, this is my goal. This is where I'm at. Once I get to this point, I'm done,
Right.
and you can pull out. You can pull out.
No, you're getting sick. I'm sending you micro daily.
Oh
Yep.
no, I'll keep it all endurance to myself. I got
Yeah,
it
no,
from him.
that's your coughing. You guys know I don't play that. Health and wealth are go hand in hand. He is getting micro daily. Yes.
That's it.
We're gonna scrub your little system out, kiddo.
Don't worry. Be happy, man. You'll be clean.
Yes, you will. You'll be healthy. You won't be doing all of that. It's the wrong time of year for that.
But,
I
but
love it.
definitely, y'all got, you can't go into something you say you're committed to, and the first thing you think about, well, if it gets rough, I'm leaving. I'm not here. I'm only here for the successful part of the ride. Hello, you can't get to the successful part until you fall down a few times.
And I think that's the scientist in me. The
Uh,
scientist in me says, I got to do it again. I got to try a different way. I got to do some. Got to try something else. I'm like, I'm not gonna kid you. I'm like Edison and the light bulb. I'm gonna get it till it work.
look,
Do it till it work. I said, I know that. I think that thing will light up, and we can have light. So
look, my guy,
until we got light, y'all, I ain't stopping.
he he found more ways to fail than anybody else, and he created the light bulb.
Yeah,
That's
I
all he
think what
did.
happens is
He
people.
found more ways to fail.
So what happens is we were learning about arrested development being a part of us bringing our past into our present, which makes it our future very shortly. And people don't understand what that means sometimes. When you take things that happen to you once and it makes you a certain way about that kind of thing happening, especially when you didn't deal with or identify what it was. Anything that looks like it's the same in you, anything that happens to you down the line that looks like it might feel the same way, guess what? You're going to react just the same way you did that day. You total recall the feelings and emotions that happened, and it may not in any way apply, but
Nope.
you'll have the same outcome, which is a repeat of the past. And you never get to go into a real future, which is open and bright.
Because you think you're protecting yourself
Yeah.
when you're actually hindering yourself.
Well, it doesn't matter. Actually, I don't look at it as hindering. I never look at it as hindering because no one is hindered when you have a lesson in the space. You can learn.
You
The
got to
question
get it though.
from what point will you start to recognize things have changed and I must too? You know? So, Hutch, go ahead, baby. We were talking about arrested development on people literally being stuck in their ways, like what we're doing right now with crypto. Those conversations are getting really tough out there for folks. They gotta complain about their finances, but they're too scared to get into crypto.
It doesn't make sense, you know. It's like me telling you, oh, I get 32% interest over here. Oh, but I get 0.3% interest over here with my bank. So I'm gonna
I'm
stick
just
with
gonna
my
stay
bank.
with FDIC.
I'm gonna stay with PNC over here. Shout out PNC, they're using the SRP blockchain. But
That's what's
anywho,
up. But they ain't nobody getting nothing from it. That's the whole thing. The
nope.
only one benefiting is the bank, and they're still getting paid for doing things the old way. So they get you to pay while they're getting it done more easily and efficiently.
Look, we spoke about it. We spoke about it earlier this year. ISO 2022. They're flipping that Swift system, and so y'all guys can pay. Y'all will still be paying the same rates, but
Exactly.
they're gonna do it a lot quicker and a lot more affordable, which
Yeah,
is
they're not
raising
putting
their
in as
profits.
much work as they used to get paid for. They're not putting in the work they used to get paid for. They're now letting the blockchain or the technology do the work, and you're still paying them like they're doing it manually. You just don't know it
And it's funny. I was
because
just
you're back
actually,
to used to pay.
I was actually on today with my banker, and he said, "Oh yeah, we're talking about bringing crypto to our clients." I said, "Your clients? Which clients are you actually bringing it to?" I said, "Well, he said, honestly, if you have over $250,000 in our account, in either our merchant account or our money market account, we'll be custodians of your cryptocurrency, and we'll make sure that it makes a profit."
How do you make sure crypto makes a profit?
I don't know, but so I asked him. I said, "So tell me," and his name happens to be Mike. So I said, "Mike, you're gonna make sure my crypto in your bank makes a profit if I have $250,000. How do you plan to do this?" He said, "Well, right now, unless we've signed a contract to actually manage your fund, because you have to come back in and do a new signature card for decentralized currency through our centralized system,
Yep.
you can't We can't have this conversation over the phone. But before we did, could you tell me what you have in your account? I said, well, you're the bank manager, or at least the ones managing the accounts. Can't you go look at my account and tell me what I have? I said, yeah, he could, but he said, just tell me what you got. I said, I told him. He
Really?
said, well, cryptocurrency wouldn't apply to you. I said, that's funny because I have about 9 wallets that are actually profiting me in cryptocurrency.
Already.
Very happy with them. And I didn't have to pay a third party to manage them.
Yeah. And the fact is he doesn't know how he was going to do it anyway. It's not his
He
job.
has no clue. That's not his area.
No.
But
That's
he
why you have
will,
to sign up for the program first.
yeah, he can sign up. Because he
So
couldn't, he
look,
didn't really explain anything to me. But I said, Mike, thank you for the call, but I appreciate it. But you know what? When Chase actually understands how cryptocurrency works, call me back. And when you get a chance to talk to JP Diamond, ask him how his coin's doing on the back off his moving fund.
oh, stop it, Ella. Just taking advantage.
Well,
So
the JP coin is on a private blockchain.
I know that. We know that. But what I want to just say that we want to keep moving. Now, Hutch, we were talking about rappers, and
Yes,
we were
yes.
talking about rappers at one point. Talk to me about what the projects that you guys are working with. We're at the top of the hour. We're getting ready to bring it to a close. And I did want to touch on what's been happening, especially because the person that I spoke to before was an artist. And she was flipping me out. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You got like art, you got music, you got audios. She's a spoken word artist. I'm like, she got audio tapes, the whole nine, video tapes. I'm
Yep.
like, you could be learning turning that stuff into money. Seriously. So
She
please
could.
talk to us. So what do you see? What do you see that's possible for our for rap? Like we have rappers right now, but in general, artists. You know what I'm saying? In the
For
area
general,
of crypto.
for general artists, like we would advise them to. I wouldn't advise. Well, I'm not a financial advisor, but to advise them to use the NFT space because the NFT space help you collect your own royalties instead of the distribution like Sony and all the big major players, Capital Records, all of them in the playing field keep collecting your royalties. You can collect
Hmm.
the royalties on your own without
That's
having to go
right.
to these big corporations.
That's right. So this is what I'm and I've been sharing that. I've been really trying to get people to understand. When once you get the basis of crypto, and then you get exposed to the NFT process, you really it starts to turn your brain on. We have people who understand coding who are getting into the conversation around smart contracts, but then you have people who are not familiar with coding. And the beautiful part about it is you really don't need to be a coder to do the NFT process. One thing I'm going to do is a shameless plug because this weekend is the final weekend that we're doing a fundraiser in P2G. We have different trainers and developers that work with us, and some of them donate their services. Some of them are bringing in different services as part of fundraising for other causes. And so we have Spirit Bear, who happens to be an amazing creator. He's an artist. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like, that he does this thing. He's an artist he's a musician. He's a live musician. He's also a farmer. He's a local farmer. So he does private farming, and he's actually looking to go to Puerto Rico. He's very much into the NFT space. He actually builds, makes, and sells NFTs. And now we're working out some gaming, and I'm loving it. So I'm trying to get all my boys in the game so we can start flipping this coin and these NFTs and show these kids how to have fun making profits for real. And the thing is this weekend he's going to be doing his last class at this rate because his fundraising price is only $50, and that is not the price for training people how to make NFTs. Do get that you will not get that price ever again. This Sunday at approximately 12 p.m. on P2G's platform, Spirit Bear will be doing a $50 2-hour how to NFT, whatever you choose, live, and he ain't playing. You come in and he'll once you go to P2G network, fill out the form because he'll know where you're at and help you get what you need ready for your class. It's $50, and once you're done, you can actually mint your first one in class. The only thing is, if you don't know what crypto is, you need to be your butt on the free class at 9 p.m. so you can find out how to manage those wallets to get in the class.
Also, Bankers Club has their first workshop August 28th. Right now, the ticket will be you can purchase an NFT ticket,
There
which is
you go.
valid for all our workshops. So basically, if you buy the NFT ticket, you can get in for our workshop. Additional half price for later workshops on down the road. So
Okay.
The NFT will be fully uploaded and ready to be purchased here tomorrow,
Okay.
Sunday, August 1st,
Where?
on Rarible.
Okay, thank you. I love it. So it's Bankers Club on Rarible. You guys
Yeah,
on Rarible, right? So
that's
don't
on.
forget, that's what I'm talking about. We have a team of innovators out here, a part of P2G, that are blowing it away. Like I said, the NFT How to Make Your Own is coming this Sunday. We are going to continue to put out classes. Bankers Club is putting out classes. NFT classes are going to be given. They'll probably be a little longer for the next one that'll be full price. Guys, I'm trying to let you know you got all the good stuff in one place. And if you don't come get it, don't worry, others will. And if you miss this boat, it's one that will be missed for a long time. Because I guess what? The gold rush it was the first financial shift. That gold rush was the first financial shift. And guess what happened? You got people like JP Morgan. Yeah. That family started back then. Different families had a name that you know because they run the money. Well, who do you think is going to run the money with this crypto? Because it was built for you and me. But if you and me don't take it, if you don't take yours, I'll take yours. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure I get your portion. And I got some friends that'll take your portion too. Don't worry about it.
I'm for one.
Uh huh. That's like me and me. And we got a whole group of people who will come get your portion if you don't take it from the table. So we're letting you know the table is open right now. Don't wait till it costs you to get in. It's just how it is, baby. It's just how it is. Let's get it popping. Now it's time for P2G. Hop on pennies2gold.info and get your seat in the free class, our free classes on how cryptocurrency works. Check out P2G Networks. You see the site down there? Well, that's our cash flow party. All right. So make sure you get to pennies to gold. Right?
One more time, bro.
Time for the P2G. Oh, wrong one. We got a lot of activities on this platform, y'all. Not quite the boomers, because that's on Saturday. But P2G, pennies2gold.info. Don't forget. This site is going to change your life. See you in a few. Bye, family.